There I am. Refresh. Top chat to all chat to live chat to bam. Oh, I have to write my thing. I forgot. So okay, so I'm typing this on Google, right? I'm saying, believe it or not, I continue with Minecraft live stream right this very moment. I'm making a minecart station, and we'll talk about whatever I can fit in between. There we go. Now I need a what's it called? A link. So I'm gonna get the link. So I have to go to like my YouTube channel, right? I have to go to my own YouTube channel. I have to click on my own stream. Hit a dashboard. Oh no, content, live. Look at this ridiculous. Click on myself. There it is. Copy the link. Come back to Blue Sky. Stick it in Blue Sky. There we go. Abolish ICE. Okay, copy. Facebook. I'm going to do this in Facebook real quick. I don't care what James Lettner says. Right now, I'm doing this. He can come talk to me here. Oh, shit. I lost it. There it is. Sorry, guys. It'll happen eventually, alright? Post. Alright. So real quick on Facebook, some James Latimer guy said something. Where'd he go? Here. Okay, there. I just invited this right winger dude to come to my live stream. I just invited some dude to come to my live stream. So let's see if he comes, right? Like, cause 1 minute ago he was writing on a message on Facebook to say something, right? I haven't read it yet because I'm playing Minecraft and I'm live streaming. But oh yeah, here let me type it in here. Yo, hello. Yo, hello. Okay. Yeah, so 1 minute ago he was typing into onto my Facebook page denying the existence of concentration camps in the United States. Because he does the Confederate trick where if you use a different label, you can magically change what something is. Like, remember yesterday how I was showing you that Louisiana literacy test that was designed to filter out black people from voting? They called it a literacy test. And if you try to call it out, they'll defend it as a literacy test. But you know, and I know, and everyone knows, it's not a literacy test. It's not designed to test literacy. It's designed to weed out black people. So it's the same thing, right? They'll call it a detainment center, or they'll call it some other bullshit, but we all know it's a concentration camp. Because they ran out of criminals a long time ago. They ran out of criminals a long time ago. Now they're going after brown people who are working through the system. And since they're not legal yet, but they're working through the system, the government knows about them. And so ICE abused the government database systems to find the people working through the system and capture them and deport them. Because why? It's not really about crime, it's about ethnic cleansing. Because like they say it's about crime, but there's not that many fucking criminals, dude. There's just not that many. People who immigrate to the United States tend to be more law-abiding than natural-born citizens of the United States. So it's not about the immigration, it's about ethnic cleansing. And then, you know, then that begs the question, why would you fucking want to do ethnic cleansing? It's because they're a white supremacist movement, which was obvious. It's been obvious since the beginning. Of course they're a white supremacist movement, right? So that guy who on Facebook who said a bunch of fucking bullshit, he is not going to come here to hear any of this because a fascist can't abide by the truth. Fascists cannot abide by the truth. They will deflect, they will lie, they will change the subject, they won't show up, you know, they'll resort to violence, whatever. But the number one enemy of fascists is truth. Like, just now, I was reading a story about how ICE shot a guy in Minnesota. And ICE reported it saying, yeah, this guy saw us coming, came out with a fucking snow shovel, and tried to kill our agents who defended themselves and shot the guy. And that's why we arrested him. Turns out they were fucking lying. Dude was not outside, he was in his house. The shovel attack never happened. Never happened. Instead, what happened was the ICE agents shot blindly through the door. They shot blindly through the door and hit the guy, right? But they also shot, you know, some bullets missed. And they went through the next room. And in that room were a bunch of kids sleeping. It could have been way worse. It could have been way worse. But ICE lied about it. They lied about it. So, yeah, you got to be careful of fascists, right? Because fascists always lie. They always lie. They can tell the truth. They can use the truth when it will help them. But in general, the truth doesn't help them. Fascism is based on lies. So that dude who wants to deny the existence of concentration camps, wants to deny the white supremacist nature of Donald Trump's regime, and wants to deny that it's fascism. So, yeah, dude, our country's we're fucked. So I don't know what's gonna happen, right? If it comes down to civil war, that would be bad. That would be bad. That would be the ultimate victory for Putin. Because you know that's who's behind all this, right? You know that, right? I mean, I guess if you're MAGA, I mean, you know it and you're on the Russian side. So this isn't really a question for MAGA. This is a question for the normies who haven't really, like, clued in yet. MAGA knows that they're on Team Russia. And people like me, we know that we're on Team America, Team on USA. But the normies, they're not sure, right? They're not sure. They don't quite understand the degree to which Trump is owned by Putin. So in the latest Epstein files, we find out that Epstein was Putin's wealth manager. Putin's wealth manager. He managed Putin's wealth, Jeffrey Epstein. And think about what kind of dovetailing would Epstein and Putin have in common. Well, Epstein draws rich and powerful people to his island where they rape little girls. And Epstein records these interactions. Who would be interested in having this kind of blackmail? This kind of compromat. Compromat. Did you see Donald Trump's, this is on Reddit. In 1991, he had the
58 contestants participated in an exhaustive round of personal interviews designed to help our judges discover what makes each one special.
Your 5'9" reading? Serious, huh?
We may measure again tonight before the game.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Amy.
The concentration was intense inside the judging room.
What if they don't like you as you are?
And out.
I'm just so excited.
This is
Each
Donald
girl
Trump
was considered
judging
not
a
only
Miss
for her
Teen
beauty and
contest.
poise, but also for her personality.
But
And that
it's,
indefinable
Something extra that makes a top model.
it wasn't all merely a beauty contest. No, no, no. Comes to find out that these girls were auctioned off to millionaires.
When it
Well,
came
at that time,
to
millionaires was a big
21
deal.
finalists, emotions ran high as each judge expressed his or her opinion.
So that event turned out to be like an auctioning ceremony, an auction thing where those girls were auctioned off to millionaires who paid to rape them and get away with it, because it's a culture of impunity, right? Impunity, where nothing can stop you, nothing can touch you. Impunity. So that happened, right? So Donald Trump is owned by Vladimir Putin because Putin has the Epstein tapes. The tapes that Epstein made, Putin has. Or if he doesn't have them, he made his own. Like, maybe he didn't need Epstein. Maybe he just made his own. Like, because, you know, Donald Trump had another, like, beauty pageant in Moscow, right? And he wanted to open a Trump Tower in Moscow. And there's no way that was going to happen unless he gets an okay from Putin himself. Dude, I can't talk about the shit going on and like think about this at the same time. I can't do it. I can't like I can show you what I was working on, right? Like look at check this out. This is what I worked on. The neat thing is that oh no. Pfft, I like warped me there. You didn't even see it. It just warped me. All right, here, watch. There's a sticky piston here that pulls away the brick that hides the spot. Clever, like before that was open, and I just didn't know what to do with it. Now it's like, ooh, now it's pretty safe, pretty safe. I can even like put two deals here to block this off here. Anyways, so yeah, if I start playing Minecraft, I won't be able to tell you about the amazing fucking crazy shit going on in the United States at this very moment. In Minnesota, the DOJ's office, a lawyer was before a judge and said, this system sucks, this job sucks, and they asked for the court to hold them in contempt so they could get 24 hours of sleep. And you're like, what? What's going on? And it turns out that the DOJ lawyers are overwhelmed by all the work that's being made for them by all the ICE agents going crazy, and half the lawyers quit the DOJ because the DOJ asked them to do crazy shit like investigate the partner for Renee Good. You know how Renee Good was murdered by ICE? ICE covered that shit up. The feds covered it up, stole the evidence, and instead of investigating the agent who murdered ICE or who murdered Renee Good, instead of investigating the agent who murdered Renee Good, they're gonna investigate the wife of Renee Good to get her in trouble and to blame her. I mean, it's fucking it's fucking fascism. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, you knew it was coming, right? I mean, I knew it was coming. I told everyone that's what was gonna come. Like most people don't believe me about anything. It's kind of crazy making, right? Like, that's kind of one of the reasons why I keep doing this video. Because I know people aren't going to listen to me, I want to record it to to prove to myself that I'm not crazy. Or that I wasn't crazy. Holy shit. Here, like, let me go just look at my Facebook page, right? That's all I have to do. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Here's a story from Raw Story. Staggering evidence trove shows who put Trump in the White House and who controls him still. So here, let me just grab you the beginning, the first paragraph, right? The first page, right? All right, so this is from Raw Story. It's from Thom Hartman. It's from Today, right? There's a picture up here. Okay. The British newspaper Daily Mail is out with a deeply researched investigative report, the result of a long collaboration between columnists Glenn Owen and Dan Hodges, along with Mark Hookham, assistant editor investigations, and Daisy Graham Brown, investigative reporter. That's a lot of bylines, right? So that's pretty good. It's shocking in its detail and its implications that Vladimir Putin has basically owned Donald Trump for years, even before Trump ran for president in 2016. They note of last week's partial, about 50%, Epstein document release. I heard even less than that. The files included 1,056 documents naming Russian President Vladimir Putin and 9,629 referencing to Moscow. Jeffrey Epstein even seems to have secured audiences with Putin after his 2008 conviction for procuring a child for prostitution. Essentially, they're arguing that Epstein was running an operation on behalf of the KGB, Putin, that lured wealthy and powerful men to Epstein's New York and Palm Beach mansions and his island, where they were surreptitiously filmed having sex with underage girls. That material was then presumed passed along to Putin, who used it for leverage when he needed it. Intelligence sources believed Epstein was running the world's largest honey trap operation on behalf of the KGB when he procured women for his network of associates. Like, we've known forever that Putin had some shit on Donald Trump. We just didn't know what. Like... And it turns out Epstein was the dude who got the videos of Trump having sex with underage girls and then gave them to Putin. Or like Putin and Epstein were working together. Holy shit. That's crazy, man. Hold on, I gotta read more, right? That's just too much. Okay. The material was then presumptively passed along to Putin, who used it for leverage when he needed it. Intelligence sources believed Epstein was running the world's largest honey trap. Okay, yeah. In return for giving Putin videos of wealthy, famous men in criminally compromising positions, Putin reportedly arranged for massive amounts of corrupt Russian money to be handed to Epstein to launder in the U.S. Such money typically comes from illicit drug and oil deals, outright theft, sanction evasions, and Russian organized crime oligarchs, including Putin and his associates, and is frequently laundered in this country using real estate. It's the mafia's favorite, too, because that's what Donald Trump does. America has the most lax and largely useless real estate transaction laws in the developed world. So a main way to launder such dirty cash is through cash-based real estate transactions, which are illegal in almost every other developed country. And we know that Trump and his sons, when U.S. and European banks refused to loan him any more money after his multiple bankruptcies, started taking in enough money to ensure the survival of his little real estate empire, and it was all coming from Russia. Uh, do do do. Hold on. New. Okay. As Don Jr., wealthy attendees to a 2008 real estate conference said, in terms of high-end product influence into the U.S., Russians make up a pretty disproportionate cross-section of a lot of our assets. Similarly, Eric Trump told a friend who later testified about it, well, we don't rely on American banks. We have all the funding we need out of Russia. I said, really? And he said, oh yeah, we've got some guys that are really love golf, and they're really interested in our programs. We just go there all the time. This is one of the reasons Senator Ron Wyden, woohoo, Oregon, the ranking Democrat on the Senate Finance Committee that oversees U.S. banking, has been demanding access to Epstein's finances and even introduced legislation, the Produce Epstein Treasury Records Act, to require that disclosure, which Republicans are currently blocking. Because Republicans are fucking with the whole thing. Republicans are Confederates, right? They are hand in hand with Trump, hand in hand with Putin. They're all working together, like against democracies, right? Understand that on the global scale, the big fight has always been between democracies and like not democracy, which is authoritarian, some kind of authoritarian or fascism. Democracy is like a brand new thing, right? It had been dead in the world for thousands of years. It had been dead in the world for thousands of years until this fucking country, the United States of America. So this democracy that we have, this freedom that we have, this rule of law that we have, is a brand new fucking thing, and it's amazing. It's a fantastic thing. It is directly opposed to kings, the kings, right? Because they want to possess all the power, and it's directly opposed to dictators who similarly want all the power, and it's opposed to oligarchs because the way they get wealthy is through breaking laws. If you have a strong rule of law, and if they break the law, then they go to prison. But if you don't have rule of law, they can do all sorts of bad things in order to become a billionaire. There are no ethical billionaires. I mean, maybe Taylor Swift might start out as an ethical billionaire, but the longer she's a billionaire, the more corrupt she's going to be. Because that's the nature of money. That's the nature of money. When you have so much of it like that concentrated, you've like divorced yourself from humanity. You're just like flying out there. There's nothing that can touch you anymore. So all sorts of crazy shit gets in your head, and you have no one around you to check you. Like, humans are social creatures, and being a billionaire puts you far outside of like normal humans. It just fucks with your brain. Anyways, what was I even talking about? Okay. So yeah, Republicans blocking Ron Wyden from finding out who gave Epstein the money. Because Republicans are just as corrupt as Donald Trump. They protect Donald Trump. They're protecting Epstein. They're protecting this global financial or global sex ring on behalf of fucking Putin to get blackmail for Putin. That's why they do it. Jeffrey Epstein films rich and powerful people having sex with underage girls so Putin can have blackmail over them. That's what I'm getting at. So yeah, understand the Republicans are just the reincarnation of the Confederacy, and the Confederacy is an enemy of democracy. So of course the Confederacy would ally with Russia, with Vladimir Putin. Who's because they don't have a democracy in Russia, they have a kleptocracy, a rule by the thieves, and those thieves are the oligarchs, and Putin rules the oligarchs with the power of the state. Like, he used to serve the oligarchs until he got enough power of the state, and then he picked one out and crushed that oligarch. And when he did that, all the other Russian oligarchs came to Putin and said, what do we need to do so we don't end up like him? And Putin said, no, just give me money and power. And he's like, okay, here you go. Right? And then so Putin has an interest in making sure his flock of oligarchs are wealthy, because without them he can't get money. But yeah, so his primary enemy is the rule of law, democracy, where power isn't concentrated into the hands of the criminals, isn't concentrated into the hands of the king. Instead, it's spread throughout the people. Oh my God, you mean people govern themselves? They don't have someone telling them what to do? And you guys have rule of law so that no one gets too much power over anyone else? Holy shit, I can't have that happen. And I have to hide this. Putin is thinking, I have to hide this thing, this America, from my people, because if they see it, they might demand it from me. And they'll get rid of me, Putin, in order to get it. So it's in Putin's interest for the United States to crash and burn. So they're all related. Anyways, what I was getting at is the Republicans are protecting Epstein and his associates. Okay, so that alone is worth 2 calls to your senators, which I've already done. The document released last week included a series of email conversations between Epstein and senior European officials close to Putin. This is the way beyond Gary Hart and monkey business. This is way beyond Gary Hart and monkey business. This is the President of the United States being in the pocket of a foreign power and profiting from it. They pretty much openly suggest Epstein knew about ways to handle Trump. Other messages revealed Epstein claimed he could give the Kremlin valuable insight into Mr. Trump ahead of the summit with Putin in Helsinki. In a June 18th exchange, Epstein indicated that Vladimir Churkin, Russia's ambassador to the UN, understood Trump after our conversations. Oh, so Epstein told the Russians something about Trump, and then Putin turned around, and then they had a 2-hour meeting, Trump and Putin. Just those 2 guys, nobody else. He kicked out all the Americans, Trump, in Helsinki. And it was just him and Putin talking. And I bet you Putin used the information he got from Epstein to blackmail Trump. Because do you remember the way Trump looked when he came out of that meeting? Here, wait. Let me. How do I flip this real quick? I want to just flip it real quick, like this. Here, just go like that. That's the way they came out of the meeting. That's the way they came out of the meeting. Look at Putin, fucking confident and fine. Look at Trump, destroyed. Look at Trump, destroyed, weak, slumping, slouching. He got fucked. He heard Putin talk mad shit. He heard all the blackmail Putin had on him, and he knew he couldn't do anything but grovel. That's all he could do is grovel. That's all Donald Trump could do is grovel. You want to see it? Here's another view of it. All right, that's in 2025 when he met Putin again. He looked like in Alaska. He looked like shit because Putin owns him. Putin owns him. Remember that? Now you're saying, well, what do you mean Putin owns him? What do you mean he groveled? What does that mean? That you're saying that President Trump groveled before Putin? How do you here? Here's what I mean.
For each president, President Trump. Yes.
So they were in a meeting for 2 hours. Jeffrey Epstein had given the Russians information on Trump, which they used to blackmail Trump in the 2 hours before Donald Trump took the world stage with Vladimir Putin. So this is right after their 2-hour meeting. And Putin has shown Trump that he has blackmail over Trump. So Trump is going to grovel in front of Vladimir Putin on the world stage. Watch. So this reporter is going to ask Donald Trump a very simple question. Who do you believe? Do you believe the Russians, or do you believe your own Americans? The Americans, your own team, your own, America? Team America, or do you believe the Russians? That's what he's going to ask. Because the Americans came out and said that Russia interfered in the 2016 elections. And the Russians are saying, no, we didn't. So who do you believe? Do you believe the Americans or do you believe the Russians? Now listen to what he says.
First, just now, President Putin denied having anything to do with the election interference in 2016. Every U.S. intelligence agency has concluded that Russia did. My first question for you, sir, is who do you believe? My second question is, would you now, with the whole world watching, tell President Putin, would you denounce what happened in 2016, and would you warn him to never do it again?
Okay, so the question is, who do you believe? And number two, assuming that you believe the Americans, would you tell Russia to fucking knock that shit off? Right? Because the President of the United States, you would think the President of the United States is going to side with his own people against a country who fucked with their election. You would think that, right? You would think that. In a normal world, a rational person would think, well, the head of state of the United States is going to side with his own country and denounce the enemy president. Yeah. That's what would happen, right? But not Donald Trump. No. Donald Trump is under the thumb of Putin. Donald Trump is going to grovel. He's going to grovel. The President of the United States is going to side with Russia against his own country. Listen. First, he's going to dazzle you with bullshit, right? Because he wants to blame it on... that's what he does. He's a bullshit artist, so he's going to dazzle you with bullshit first.
So let me just say that we have two thoughts. You have groups that are wondering why the FBI never took the server.
So who do you believe? Do you believe the Americans or do you believe Russia? And Donald Trump says, okay, on the question of who do I believe, Russia or the Americans? Well, there's two thoughts on that. I'm going to make up some bullshit about where's the server.
Why haven't they taken the server?
What does it have to do with who do you believe, Russia or the Americans? What?
Why was the FBI told to leave the office of the Democratic National Committee? I've been wondering that. I've been asking.
What does that have to do with who do you believe? What do the Democrats have to do with who do you believe? What? The question is, who do you believe? Do you believe the Americans or the Russians? And now you're talking about Democrats and servers? What the fuck?
That for months and months, and I've been tweeting it out and calling it out on social media.
Oh, so you've been spreading a bunch of bullshit in order to deflect to. Okay.
Where is the server?
That's not the question, motherfucker. The question is, who do you believe?
I don't know. Where is the server, and what is the server saying?
Who do you believe? Do you believe the Americans or do you believe the Russians?
With that being said, all I can do is ask the question.
Who do you believe? Do you believe the Americans or do you believe the Russians?
People came to me, Dan Coates.
Oh, he's getting to it, right? My people came to me, Dan Coates, Director of National Intelligence, came to Trump, okay?
Coates came to me and some others. They said they think it's Russia.
Okay, so Dan Coates, the Director of National Intelligence, the guy who oversees all of the intelligence of the United States, and a bunch of other people come to him, his team, Team America, come to you and the President of the United States and go, Mr. President, we are confident Russia has acted to influence our elections in the 2016 elections. We are confident that this is what happened, that they've deployed agents to influence the outcome of the election. So that's what he says, right? That's one side.
I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia.
Okay, so it's clear that Donald Trump understands. Is looking at the question here. Who do you believe? On one hand, you have Dan Coates, Director of National Intelligence, all the Americans, the CIA, the NSA, the FBI, the whole, the American allies, everybody, like Australia, Germany, not Germany, well maybe Germany, the UK, the Netherlands, all say it's Russia. And you have Vladimir Putin, you have Russia on this side who says, no, the Americans are lying. No. And the American president has to make a choice. Who does Donald Trump believe? The president of the United States. Does he believe his allies and his best men, or does he believe the head of state of the enemy nation?
I will say this. I don't see any reason why it would be, but I really do want to see...
Wait, what? You don't see any reason why it would be Russia. Dan Coates, all the Americans, all the allies have come to you and said, and with a report, and we're saying it was Russia. And the President of the United States can't see why it would be Russia. I don't know why. I can't see why. Who's Dan Coates? What? I don't know. I have Putin here. Putin's my buddy. Why would Putin lie to me? Right? He's groveling. He's groveling. Donald Trump is fucking groveling in front of Putin. He's groveling in front of Putin. He just said, as President of the United States, that he doesn't believe his own people. He doesn't believe his allies. Instead, he believes the enemy head of state. That's groveling. That should have ended Donald Trump right there. Right? If the Americans had any fucking sense, that should have been the end of Donald Trump. That should have been the end. That should have been the fucking end of him. When he sided with Vladimir Putin against the United States, that should have been the end. Instead...
the server, but I have confidence in both parties.
I have confidence in both parties, in both Russia and the Americans. But he can't see them, right? He can't see the Americans, so he has to go with Russia, according to Donald Trump. Because he just said, I can't see any reason why it would be Russia. Motherfucker, your intelligence agency just told you it was. What do you mean you can't see a fucking reason? He's groveling. Understand, he's just groveling before his master. That's what's happening. Donald Trump is groveling. Donald Trump saw the blackmail that Vladimir Putin had over Donald Trump, the blackmail that he got from that Jeffrey Epstein, and he's groveling now.
I really believe that this will probably go on for a while, but I don't think it can go on without finding out what happened to the server.
Deflection. That was never the question.
What happened to the servers of the Pakistani gentleman?
Totally made up. Totally made up. He's just making shit up. That's called a red herring.
That worked on the DNC. Where are those servers?
Red
They're
herring.
Missing.
Red
Where
herring.
are they?
Red herring.
What happened to
Red
Hillary
herring.
Clinton's emails?
Red herring.
33,000 emails.
Red herring.
Gone.
Red herring.
Just gone.
Red herring.
I think.
Oh shit. Here, let me.
Emails gone. Just gone.
Listen.
I think in Russia they wouldn't be gone so easily.
Now that's the President of the United States praising Russia while denigrating an American. Holy fuck. I mean, I don't know how else to make it any clearer to you. This happened in 2018. When I saw this, I lost my shit. I can't believe no other Americans did anything, right? Like, I fucking lost my shit. Like, can you not see the President of the United States groveling to Putin?
I think it's a disgrace that we can't get Hillary Clinton's 33,000 emails.
So he just keeps fucking red herring, doing that red herring.
Great confidence in my intelligence people.
He has great confidence in his intelligence people who he just threw under the bus. So he's lying. He's groveling. Oh my God.
But I will tell you that President Putin was extremely strong and powerful in his denial today. And
how do you become very extremely strong and powerful in a denial? What the fuck does that even mean? What does that even mean? What I think he's alluding to is the blackmail. I think he's alluding to blackmail. I'm saying, he's like, yeah, I have great faith in my intelligence, but Putin has really strong blackmail over me. So I have to deny it. Oh my God, I have to laugh because I'll cry.
And what he did is an incredible offer. He offered to have the people working on the case come and work with their investigators with respect to the 12 people. I think.
How generous of Putin! He offered to have the Robert Mueller's team fly to Moscow to work with the Russians. How cool! How generous! Oh my God! See, this is why I think Americans are stupid. No, it's because in 2018 Donald Trump did this on the world stage and Americans couldn't figure it out. They just. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like I every time I see this video I get fucking enraged because it's so obvious that he's groveling and that he betrayed the United States. But Americans were like dense. Like, I don't know, man. They just didn't get it. Like, I've been trying to get them to understand. Like, and I think it's slowly happening. Slowly. But yeah. So holy shit. Let's get back to the fucking thing, right? So where was I? Okay. Other messages revealed Epstein claimed he could give the Kremlin valuable insight into Mr. Trump ahead of the summit with Putin in Helsinki. Now you know why Donald Trump looked like shit. Because Vladimir Putin told Donald Trump something he learned from Jeffrey Epstein. And that gave Putin power over Donald Trump. And you could see it in the photos. You could see it in the press conference. You could see it. Like, all you have to do is look. And that's the thing. A lot of Americans won't even look. They won't even look. Even if they could look, they wouldn't be able to understand it. They don't have the context. Okay. In a June 2018 exchange, Epstein indicated... Earlier that month, Epstein had also messaged Steve Bannon, a Trump ally, to tell Mr. Jagland was due to meet Putin and Lavrov and was then staying overnight with him at his mansion in Paris. So, yeah, dude. That's funny. I didn't realize the Epstein files would connect everyone or connect back to Putin. But it makes sense now. I'm getting shot up here. All right. Sorry. Oh, that's funny. I got jumped. Jumped in game. Okay. Yeah. How funny that Jeffrey Epstein comes back to Putin. Holy fuck, that's amazing. That's amazing. I can't fucking believe it. Yeah, dude, when I first learned about the Russia connection, way back in 2017, 2018, I got ridiculed. I got ridiculed by so many people. People at my work ridiculed me. Not to my face. Well, one guy to my face, but And then I'm like, hey, dude, why don't you come on my fucking show, right? Let's have a conversation then. And he's like, oh, then he played dumb. Then he's like, oh, I don't even know how to work a phone. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I bet you don't. Yeah, I got ridiculed. It's kind of weird, man. I don't know. Like, I feel vindicated, but I don't know how much of this is going to permeate. Plus, we're under, like, I'm only vindicated after, like, we've already gone over the edge. I mean, I don't know if we've gone over the edge yet. I don't know if we can pull it back still. I mean, we can still pull it back, right? There was that special election in Texas, and it was a deep red district, and the Republicans lost. And the Republicans had gerrymandered their state to ridiculous amounts so they could squeeze out every little, or they could get rid of all the Democratic districts. But in doing so, they spread themselves too thin so that if there's a blue wave, they're going to get wiped out. Well, this election is a sign of what's to come. The special election in which the deep red Republican district got flipped, that's a harbinger of what's to come. That there's going to be a massive blue wave, and Donald Trump does not want that. He needs to stop the election from happening somehow. So he's sent out his guys to try to push something called national voting. Remember in 2020, Donald Trump lost the state of Georgia. So he called up the Georgia Secretary of State and said, Georgia Secretary of State, you need to find me the votes so I can say that I won this state. And of course, the Secretary or not of course, luckily, fortunately for us, the Georgia Secretary of State did not give in to the election fraud. And Donald Trump lost, and it didn't happen. Well, Donald Trump has learned from what happened in Georgia. So he wants to stop the states from running elections, and he wants to centralize it in one location so that he can alter the results according to what he sees what needs to be done. Like, you know how in Georgia he needed to add 11,000 votes so he would win? Well, Georgia wouldn't let him do it. So that pissed him off. So he wants to make sure that doesn't happen. If he needs to add a certain number of votes, he wants to be able to do it. And to do that, he needs the elections to be centralized. So that's why he's doing a big push now to nationalize the elections and take control of them. Like, he's pushing his same election fraud lie that he did the last time. Like, he's never ever had proof because it's not there. But it was never about, election fraud. It was always about destroying democracy. Like, I haven't worked on my fucking show at all, or on my train station. I read that thing forever, dude. That was just one of them, right? That one's not. Yeah. Let's see. Dude, there's so many. Marimar Martinez was the woman that ICE shot before they murdered Renee Good and Alex Prati. Before they did that, they shot Miramar Martinez. They shot her seven times, and she didn't die. She survived. And so she testified today in court.
Something else.
What would you say to people who don't have
No, not that's the one. It's
As the Border Patrol vehicle turned on Kedzie Avenue, I continue to beat my horn and warn my community. As we approached the intersection of 39th and Kedzie, my vehicle was 2 to 3 feet to the left of the Border Patrol vehicle. He started to swerve into my lane as he was driving. I made eye contact with the driver of the Border Patrol vehicle and watched as he turned the steering wheel once again to his left and sideswept my vehicle. I immediately froze, slammed on the brakes, and stopped my car. The Border Patrol vehicle stopped just 1 to 2 car lengths ahead of me. It seemed like time stopped. I knew from watching the news coverage of other Border Patrol encounters in Chicago that I was in danger. I watched the vehicle of Border Patrol agent killing Silverio Villegas Gonzalez just 3 weeks prior. I knew I had to get to safety before I was dragged from my car and likely beaten or killed. I drove forward and went around the Border Patrol agents, who jumped out of his car and pointed his gun at me. I moved to the far left lane, striking the curb on the far left side of Kedzie. The next thing I knew, I felt a burning sensation in my arms, legs, and that I had been shot by pepper balls, which I also seen these agents fire at people in our community. As I continued to drive past the Border Patrol agents, I could hear my back passenger window shatter, and I felt bullets continue to pierce my body. As I attempted to drive to a safe location, I began to feel lightheaded. I looked down and I noticed blood gushing out of my arms and legs, and I realized I'd been shot multiple times. As I became lightheaded, I became worried I would pass out and endanger other drivers on the road. I managed to drive a mile from where the incident happened, and I pulled into a parking lot of a mechanic shop, and I called 911. I told the 911 operator that Border Patrol agents had just shot me and I needed help. I recall some of the workers from the shop sitting me down in a chair as I was waiting for help, but I was losing this battle. I saw my life flash before me and slowly began to think this was the end for me. And before losing consciousness, the next thing I remember is the EMT putting me on a stretcher, taking me to the hospital. As the Border Patrol vehicle turned on Kedzie Avenue.
Okay, hold on.
The next thing I knew, I felt a burning sensation in my arm. I called 911, watching me on a stretcher, taking me to this battle. I saw my life flash before me and slowly began to think this was the end for me. And before losing consciousness, the next thing I remember is the EMT putting me on a stretcher, taking me to the hospital. At the hospital, I remember seeing multiple agents standing around, watching me be treated for my wounds. My arms, legs, and chest were all wrapped in bandages. I had 7 bullet holes in my body. I remember the agents rushing the nurses to finish up so they could take me with them. I still felt dizzy. I was not able to fully process what had happened to me. After being at the hospital for less than 3 hours, I was discharged from the hospital and took custody of the FBI. As we left the hospital, I was escorted out through the back in a wheelchair. I observed over dozens of Border Patrol agents waiting outside the hospital. One of the agents came up to me with his cell phone and took a photograph of me. It was the same agent who had previously kept coming in and out my room, and I had to repeatedly tell him to leave. I told him I did not consent for him to photograph me, but he did not care. It still haunts me that this agent has my photo on his phone. Was this the agent that shot me? Was this a trophy for him? I was next taken to the FBI building for further processing because they rushed me out of the hospital so quickly the blood started soaking through the bandages. The next thing I knew, I felt a burning.
Yeah, so at first they called Marimir Martinez a domestic terrorist. Then they said she tried to run them over. Then a video came out, And in the video, it shows the ICE agent crashing into them, and then or crashing into her, and then she pulls to the side, and then they shoot her. Or I don't know what happens. I think, does she drive away? I think she drives away. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyways, yeah, like, by the grace of God, she didn't die. I need to get water. I'm trying to remember how to do this and I'm failing. I have to look at another build pic real quick. Another build picture. Can I find it? Oh, I don't even have to look. It's right there. It's easy. Right. So many. I have way more pictures than I thought I did. Like, what are all these pictures? Oh, okay. Let me see if I can copy that real quick. Nice. Alright, see, okay. Trying to figure this out. Let's see, the comparator goes... Man, do you want the sand block way back here? It doesn't have to be sand block. That's just, you know... That's just where you start. It's been so long, man, I forgot. Alright, yeah, amazingly... That's it, right? That gets it from here to go back up. I can't go this way because this stuff's in the way. So that's alright, this will work. I'll stick it in there. Okay. So I'll take that, right? And I'll stick it down here. Now it's here, but the next one it'll go up one more. I think. I don't know. See, it's like an impossible balance. How can I play Minecraft and talk about shit going on at the same time? I can't do it. I can't. It's just too much. You see how that magically goes up? Why isn't it going up to the... Oh. Oh, man. didn't work. Yeah, I think it's pointing up. Right? I mean, man, I kind of need something to know which direction it's pointing in. I hope it's pointing up. Like, but you should be going to the top one. Like, I don't understand why you're not. Oh. The redstone, that's why. You took out the redstone, dude. Don't you remember taking out the redstone? There we go. Yeah, I don't know why. It doesn't go all the way to the top. But whatever. It's working now. Okay. Yeah, and so what all we need now is some hoppers. I haven't even done this part yet. Like, how am I going to do this part? look at this tight-ass space, man. I'd have to go out one more, I think. I was talking about Epstein. I was talking about Epstein. Like, that's not gonna work because, well, maybe. Because you can't pull it off a line off of this. Because redstone's under there, right? Right. See what I mean? So it has to be in this one right here. Where? Yeah, this one here. The middle path. Okay. And it would be like what? Like right here? Awful close. Can this be glass? So it doesn't carry any signal? It has to be. Okay. I did it. Alright, that has to be glass. I need that to be glass so I can attach a thing to it without busting it open. What are you talking about? What are you saying? Those words don't make any sense. should just leave that part off. Repeater. That way, the blocks themselves they're not solid block. Glass blocks are not solid blocks. They're called transparent blocks. And transparent blocks do not carry signal, a redstone signal. That's important when you're doing things like like this, what I'm doing. Tripwires. That's the word I'm looking for. Tripwires. In fact, I should probably change this one to glass too. Because otherwise, if you put that on a solid block, then when this tripwire gets tripped, it powers this block, and I don't want it to do that because then it's going to power the piston and make all sorts of problems. Even now, that it might power this thing up here, well, it shouldn't power the piston. I don't know. We'll have to see, right? We'll have to see. Did I bring more string or just one? I brought just one because I have no foresight. Donald Trump is owned by Putin via Jeffrey Epstein. It's crazy, dude. I don't know why I'd never thought about that before. That Jeffrey Epstein and Vladimir Putin could be working together. That's how Putin got his compromise. His blackmail on Donald Trump is through Epstein. Putin got his blackmail through Epstein. That's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about. There, okay. And it doesn't trip any of the other stuff. Okay, so the purpose of this is to make sure that if a cart gets knocked by accident, it doesn't fly across the track and wreck everything. Like, oops, sorry. Like, make sure it goes the right way, because a single cart is going to go underneath the tripwire, and since they go underneath the tripwire, it's going to go that way. Okay, this guy. So the signal will come over here. And I just have to put it over there. Into the block. How do I do that? Right. So easy, man. So easy. So if I'm coming this way, it's gonna go. Like, I'm gonna make it across and continue on. But if I'm a lone cart, I will instead trip the wire and go back to whence I came, which I will work on. Like, I can like do it here and have it sent back this way and over there. I don't know if that redstone is gonna keep it off. I don't know. We'll have to see. Testing. It's all, a lot of this is like trial and error. Trial and error. Ha 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 ha! I live. But a minecart, a lonely minecart is gonna go back. Like, oh shit. Like, oh no, what have I done? Oh no, what have I done? Oh no, what have I done? See, the minecarts go off over here. And I will show you. So that's a system that works. That's good. Now let's go to the next system. Okay. What did I have in mind here? At some point, you gotta flip the tracks. So, do you want to do that point up here? All right. Okay, here's the next moment of truth, right? So at this point, you have to decide if you're going to go up or right, up or down. Dum bum 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 bum. Dun 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 dun. So, this is the lynch key here. This one right here. This spot right there. Right here. So, if you're the deciding one, we have to influence it. So we go like this and like this. Okay, you see it is inverted. It's that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. It doesn't matter. We're gonna work out which one's on top and which one's on bottom later on. But the way it works out is, yeah. I need slabs. Like so bad do I need slabs. So bad. I need the slabs. Activator. No, I need I don't know. Hold on. Right? Mwahaha, and then reset for right now. Okay, what was I working on? Oh yeah, making these into slabs. How am I gonna power it? Right, it looks good, but you gotta power it, man. Like, how does this get powered? How do you power? I mean, I kind of want to just use redstone somewhere. Be like, you're powered now. Ta-da! But that's not a solid block, so it won't work. See what I mean? It's like the tyranny of the solid blocks. The tyranny of the solid blocks. They only accept their own kind. Yeah, but that's because it's on a solid block, right? If I remove that solid block, it's all gone. That way, yeah, I'll keep that one solid and then take these out. Take that one out, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Right? What is that? Yeah, my dude, or that guy who was talking shit on Facebook never showed up, so you know. That's how they are, though, right? That's how they are. You can't blame them. That's just how they are. Well, I'll blame them. I can do this for all of them. Oh. Or, you know, can I come in instead of going out instead? That's all unnecessary. Instead of going outwards, it can go inwards. Oh well. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Oh yeah, I was doing this. No, that's not what I meant. Ta-da! Just so it looks better, you know? I like the thin ones. Okay. How you gonna power it, dude? That's always the question. I forgot. I gotta power it. How you gonna power it? You can't power it like that. I mean, I could just like get copper bars and then put a redstone torch on top of it. I wonder if that would work. Or hang redstone torches. No, you can't hang redstone torches. Ooh, if we could do a redstone lantern, that would be cool. A redstone lantern. A lantern you can hang up that gives power. That would be neat. Okay. What are we doing here? Yeah, how am I gonna get power onto that rail there? If I'm being clever with my I mean, if I wanted to be a jerk, not a jerk, but like that way is easy. This is a super easy way of doing it. It's almost like cheating. Ta-da! Okay. That one's powered. How do I want to do this? See, I want to change these to also skinny ones. To slabs. Why don't you come up to the lab and see what's on the slab? Oh, no, that's not where it goes. You fool. Where does it go? I think it's there. Yeah, man, I can't believe the world we're in. I can't believe it. Yeah, 2018, I couldn't, like, when 2018 happened, I thought that would be the end of Donald Trump. I really thought it would be. And instead, Americans couldn't figure it out. And like, yeah. Wow. I mean, it's the same thing here, man. And the question is, how do you power? How do you power? How can she slap? How do you power? How do you power? See, redstone lantern. But it would need to be like extra long, I guess. I don't know. So I guess I can do this one like this, right? No. How did it work here? It worked right there doing it that way, but it doesn't work this way. Interesting. You know what? This doesn't have to be a solid block either. Okay. Using slabs where I can. I can like totally redo this thing right here. Well, that's just nitpicky, right? I can do that later. I can do the nitpicky later. Let's just get the thing working, right? Like, okay. Yeah, nitpicky later. Like, dare I look again? What's been going on? Okay, nothing real quick I can talk about, but like, yeah, dude, it's fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. Everything happening. And then, who am I gonna talk to about this? Nobody. Nobody. There's nobody to talk to. I got no one to talk to. Crazy shit going on in the world? Too bad. No one cares. Oh, you're killing me here. You know, why don't you just go down from here? Why even go way over there? Why even do that? Nay. I don't know. What would happen? Oh, we don't want to do that. We want to go down. We want to keep going down. Yeah, hook up and then go down. You guys need to hook up and then go down. There we go. That's what I want to do. And then start going down. You're going the wrong way. Building on a hill, maybe not the best idea. Come back here and replace all these with slabs too. So like, there. That's the hopper that feeds into it. Okay. Oh, I was gonna make all that thin. Okay. All these thin? Man, that's a lot of work. Yep, that's the level I want. Okay, so once you get down to this level, because now I need to pop them up, pop up the person. Where's the person gonna pop up? Like, I wanted to do them over here, but I don't think so. I gotta do it like over here. I don't have any room, dude. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. I need a maybe that has to be a solid block. Solid. For reasons. For very good reasons. Alright. That's when you get kicked off. Okay. No, maybe even higher? I don't know. You know what? I did this before. A few times. I just have to go back and look at what I did. There's a way to pop people up up here. And then I just like put this directly into a cactus and then send it back into the system. But I don't remember. No. A torch. Yeah, dude, I could talk forever. No one wants to hear me fucking talk. No one cares. I don't know, dude. I'm kind of like, it's a big deal. Okay. Ah! Did I forget to solve a problem? Well, I mean, obviously, right? Like, all of these are going the wrong way. That's the problem. You need to invert this, man, if you gotta do this. Didn't you have the solution before? Like, how do you invert the signal? Oh, do I just... Is it that simple, really? Is it really that simple? It's that simple. No, it's not. It didn't flip. Oh, it should have flipped. Oh yeah, it did, see? So it was right the first time. Then I don't understand. What? Why haven't... Let me hit all these. I have a bed. Leave me alone, phantoms, leave me alone. Ah, you... It's about to sleep. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, I was hitting each one of these. What are you doing, dude? It's the daytime. Okay, that should have fixed it. Alright. I forgot the last one. Okay. That should fix it. Huh, it stopped right after that. I wonder why. But I'm gonna do some shenanigans. Some more shenanigans, some carpet shenanigans. Oh no. Well, there's your problem. You have to go higher up, I think. Well, there's your problem. Too low. I swear. I mean, yeah. No, it has to be a solid block. Solid block. And then you can come back down, dude. I'll work on that part later. For now, it's this part that I'm working on. Ha 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 ha. Okay. And then I need trapdoors. Right. Ah! It worked. It worked. It worked. It fucking yeah. This guy went flying. It worked. All right. How long have I been gone? 1 hour. So almost the whole way. I mean, I still have to work on the bottom part, right? This part down there. But it looks like it worked out. I worked out the dismount, dude. That's good. Good. I need like probably 2. Yeah, how you gonna get it up there, man? Oh, I see. You're just gonna go underneath. Well, I don't know what you're gonna do. I gotta see where this goes, right? Because if I have it right here, I don't know if I can fit it there. Probably. You're gonna go right next to it. like something like that, and have it just go loop back into here. And then on this side, how are you gonna do it then? because this is always powered, man. If you put a hopper under there, it's gonna hit this guy and turn off. Maybe. Probably. It'll be, yeah, that solid block will depower your hopper. So you have to go along this side under here into this. So you have to turn. Let's see, how am I gonna do this? Oh, right here, I can make the hopper over here. And I don't know. I will work it out later, right? I don't know. But I got the first part done. Or the dismount. The dismount. Oh wait, no, you need like you need that there. Oh. We're getting there. We're getting there. Only one person came by. That's so sad. So sad. Not really. Like, I don't watch people play Minecraft generally. Live streaming, I'd never do it. I mean, I'd do it if I can interact with someone, but like not by myself. Anyways. Alright, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Peace. I'm gonna be done. Alright, stop. Stop.